what could we possibly have in common? Best fucking thing on earth. We're both from Texas.
What if you both loved, like, vodka, and you both loved, like, alternative rock, and I don't know. I mean, it could be the weirdest, like, most unusual thing. Hey, we both like
Number 4's from Whataburger.
Yeah, number 4's. There you go. And then
everything is built on that, and Whataburger would be my hero.
There you go. And
but
then
no,
you would be the person responsible for getting Selena Gomez obese because she gave up her career to go to Whataburger with you nonstop.
But, you know, it's just that thing. I mean, I'm not trying to be cynical. It's just like, I try to imagine, well, what could go right? And then it's like, yeah, really, what could go right?
Isn't that the problem with most people, though, is that they always think about the things that can go wrong with the situation, but they never think about what can go right. And there's a lot that can go right.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole lot that can go right, but, like, at the same time,
it's growing stronger.
It's kind of hard to find when you know nothing. Like, when it's just, Twitter, like, I got this wild hair up my ass, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe that could be something that is appealing to people, is I tend not to think before I do.
Well, I'm fairly sure you're in good company.
I tend not to think after I do. Well, it's like today at work, I broke something.
Uh-oh.
It happens. It was an accident. Clearly an accident. But there was a lot I had to do, and, you know, because it was at work and it was a workplace accident, I had to take a drug test, which I passed.
Nice.
No fear there. But it was just like, you know, they were asking me about it, and it's like, why do I have to write it down 5 times? This is what happened. And, you know, I've already told you once. My story's not going to change because I just told you exactly what happened.
Like, okay, you say you broke something. Can you tell us what you broke, or?
I was driving the forklift.
Uh-huh.
And I was trying to get a better angle and turning, and I clipped the tail light of the delivery vehicle.
Oh, shoot. Are you kidding?
No. So it was just a tail light. No one got hurt. The light bulb itself, everything was good except for the housing. The housing had a crack.
Oh, shoot.
So it causes this big thing, and they're asking me, well, what were you doing? Well, I was turning. Why were you turning? Because I wanted to get a better angle. And it was like...
I only turn whenever I'm tired of going straight forward.
Yeah.
Usually because I need to go in that direction.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, we'll take this drug test. Which actually, I was worried about, not because I thought I was going to fail it, but I had gone to the bathroom like 5 minutes before. So I was like, this is going to take forever. But they have this new one where you stick it in your mouth for 5 minutes, and then they do something, I don't know, but it works, and I mean, I passed.
It's like a swab that they give you? By the way, I just defeated the Spider Witch. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like a swab. It's a giant swab, and you put it on your cheek towards the back of your mouth so you can get a lot of your saliva.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put it in this tube, and it does everything.
Did they tell you whether or not you are the father?
No, but they did thank me for not doing drugs.
In today's world, I guess it's a very good thing to be thankful for.
Yeah. And, you know, it's probably going to be a repeat of when I scraped my knee at work, where by the time it got to HR, I had fallen off the top of the building into a pile of pallets, and I don't know how they thought I was still walking around after something like that, but, you know, I just scraped my knee. You know, you did it all the time when you're a kid. You're
let's go back and take this one step at a time here.
Okay.
You fell off the building into a pile of pallets.
That's not at all what happened.
Okay.
So what really happened is I was walking, and I scraped my knee.
Uh-huh.
And you know, I work in an environment where stuff can get in there, and it was bleeding. It wasn't like, oh my god, I'm dying, but it was bleeding. So I thought, you know, I better put a Band-Aid to keep some of this out because I don't want to get infection.
Yep.
So I'm there and I'm putting a Band-Aid, and the safety sheriff, I'm not going to use his real name, and he's not really a safety sheriff. He's not even on the safety committee.
I love that name though, the safety sheriff.
But he's the safety sheriff. He comes walking in. He's like, now, you know, you're going to have to report that. And I was like, what? You're using a Band-Aid. I was like, well, yeah, I don't want to get infection. So he made me report it in the incident reports.
Oh my gosh.
And so I wrote exactly what I did. Scraped my knee, applied Band-Aid. Corrective action, applied Band-Aid.
You know why they do that though? It's not like it's for liability purposes. They don't
Yeah.
want you to come back and say, "Oh, your shop or whatever was so ill-kept that I tripped and skinned my knee," and then a year later...
God forbid I'm a clumsy motherfucker. But,
It's ridiculous, but that's the whole reason I have a job. So.
yeah. But so, like, I'm there, and I put the Band-Aid on, and then I fill out this whole report, and then, like, I keep getting calls from everybody at the main office. What happened? Are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. And then my boss comes, and she's like, what happened? And I told her, it's like, well, I was putting on Band-Aid, and Josh told me that, oh, shit. I wasn't going to use his name. So you're going to have to bleep that out.
Okay, I will.
But the safety sheriff told me that I needed to fill out a report and everything, and if I didn't, I figured he was going to go tell them I got hurt and didn't fill out a report. So, there you have it. And she's like, well, everyone at the office thinks you're, like, practically dying, but somehow still at work. And I was like, well, everyone at the office is dumb. And it just turned into this whole thing. It's like, I just scraped my knee. And finally I told the real safety guy, I was like, hey, you know, next time I gotta put a Band-Aid on for like a paper cut or something, I'm just gonna go to the porta potty and do it there.
Well, I mean, that's the sad, unfortunate truth of the world, is that there's people that will fake, you know, injuries. I mean, just so that they can try to sue the company, and they're just trying to protect themselves. But unfortunately, it makes it so it sounds over the top. Like, guys, I just want to put on a Band-Aid. I just want to go back to my desk. I just want to work. I don't care. I don't care.
If I'm gonna sue the company, you better believe it's for something damn well better than a paper cut.
Yeah. Like,
Almost there. Whoa. Great.
maybe, what would be a good reason to actually sue them?
Well, I think it depends on the place, really.
Like, security guard walks out and punches you in the face. That'd be a good reason, I guess.
Yeah, that's a pretty. Well, what were you doing that caused the security guard to punch you?
I was the new boyfriend of his ex-girlfriend.
What if April found out? I say you got off pretty lucky with a punch.
What's with you? You know
But I mean, wait, no. Oh, I see what you did there. I'm talking hypotheticals, please, come on. I'm sorry.
Yep.
It was never proven. Go ahead.
I think that one, no, I wouldn't sue for that, because, I mean, I would know seeing the guy walk up, this isn't going to end well.
Yeah.
But, like, let's say, good reason to sue somebody.
It would have to be something, like, really outlandish, like, it can't be like, oh, I love Ghostbusters, you ruined my childhood by creating
Oh no, I'm gonna
this
be
soundtrack Fall Out Boy thing.
I'm gonna be suing Fall Out Boy, the director, and actors for mental duress.
I bet you there were people that would do that.
Oh,
No.
class action lawsuit. We're gonna bring them down.
Oh my god. We love your video games, we love your movies, but we're personally offended. We're triggered. The trigger has been triggered.
Yep. Okay, here's a good one. Like, if there was an accident, like a truck hits your car or something, I would think that's a good reason.
Yeah. I mean, if it was done where they're at fault or malicious intent, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I know what you mean.
Or,
I'm just specific because I'm a dork. So.
Maybe... What's another one?
There's an open door. Hey.
I think if like
Your builder puts in a faulty 9-volt battery in your smoke detector so it goes out before a year. That's a good one.
No.
Your friend subjects you to that mental torture by not changing your smoke
No.
detector battery.
Now let's qualify this here. I couldn't reach it. It wasn't really that bad of an idea. I mean, it wasn't that bad of an offense that, you know, the smoke detector didn't last a full year. If because of that there was a fire and the smoke detector didn't work, okay, yeah, maybe there was a case there.
Well,
But
there you go.
the
You
smoke
put your
detector
life
worked,
at risk.
It worked too well.
You put your life at risk.
But it was constantly beeping. It was drawing attention to me constantly. So because it didn't have a battery and it couldn't alert me when a fire happened, it was like beeping once in a while to say, just in case there might be a fire, here's a beep. So,
You know, it got to the point where I prayed that there was a fire.
oh, thanks. Ah.
Just not because I don't like you, but I was done with that beep, and I figured that's the only thing that was gonna get it at that point.
How do you think I felt? I mean, it was...
You were probably laying in your bed praying for a fire as well.
No, I was just like... That's all it was. It's that if I could have reached it, I would have fixed it. And you know what I did try doing? Because it was driving me nuts. I actually at one point got the broom, and I unscrewed like the tassels at the bottom, the bristles, and I just had the little rod, and I was poking at it, and I thought if I can just get the battery out, the old battery out, it'll stop, you know. And I just wanted it to stop because it was the beeping was driving me and my wife insane. The baby wasn't different; he didn't care.
And all your friends that you podcast.
Exactly, it was ruining my life, and maybe I should sue. But I successfully opened up the latch where the battery was. It's one of those D batteries. And I was able to, you know, it has those that thing that looks kind of like a defibrillator that you put on top like the old toys used to have. And I was able to unlatch it from that.
Hey, you.
And
You're up, buddy.
I got the battery out, but then it kept beeping. So I went through all this hell to try to at least get the battery out. I succeeded, and it turned out it had nothing to do with the stupid battery. And it just kept mocking me and laughing at me.
So here's something funny. I was looking at I commented on the video. Why does music industry insist on ruining childhood? Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And someone commented in reply, they can't ruin something that's already happened. They're just making sure kids today don't have a childhood as awesome as yours.
Huh.
And I thought, that's very good. I agree with that.
Let's keep moving.
That's true. I guess that's true. That's a very positive way of looking at it.
I agree with that statement 100-fold.
Oh man, it's so terrible. It's so terrible. But I'm sorry, but even cartoons today they're just awful. When the best cartoon nowadays is SpongeBob, and even SpongeBob's a fairly old cartoon by this point.
Have you not watched any Star Wars cartoons? I mean,
Are they good?
they're pretty sweet.
Okay, you recommend one to me, I will watch it.
Star Wars Rebels.
I will watch Star Wars Rebels in hopes, because I mean, my kid's almost gonna be a toddler soon, and I have nothing to give him.
You have an excuse to watch cartoons.
Yeah, I do. I'm totally
I
gonna take
watched
advantage of that.
I watched it just because it was Star Wars.
Wind the chain.
Well, I mean, if it's a good show, I don't care. I'll still watch it. The other day, I admitted to Dan by accident that I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh.
We all knew.
Which was not the best.
It wasn't news.
Because you guys were talking about Game of Thrones and you're talking about Daenerys and her
Daenerys Targaryen
and her
dragons.
And I said, was it the Blue Eyes White Dragon? And I never got looked at with such disappointment from people in my entire life.